Welcome to Truth Be Told About Going Wild. I'm your host, Robert Hensley, and this is the podcast inspired by the principles of personal rewilding. In discussing the practice of personal rewilding, we must look at how the foundational principles are informed by the field of ecopsychology and subsequently ecotherapies. To break that down a little bit, ecopsychology is an offshoot of traditional psychology, which focuses on the interconnectedness of human and planetary well-being, highlighting the impact of nature on mental health and the psychological implications of environmental issues. It explores how our relationships with nature shapes our emotional, mental, and spiritual lives, and how psychological factors contribute to the environmental problems and their solutions. Ecotherapies, which we sometimes call nature therapy or green therapy, is a counseling method that utilizes nature to promote healing and well-being. It encompasses a range of activities and interventions, including, but not limited to, wilderness therapy, forest bathing, horticultural therapy, as well as equine and animal-assisted therapies to help individuals connect with nature and develop a more sustainable lifestyle. Ecotherapies, whether part of a personal rewilding practice or not, have been shown to improve mental health, reduce stress, and enhance overall well-being. When we are talking about ecopsychology, there are a number of key themes that repeat. Things like nature and mental health, studies that explore the benefits of nature exposure for mental well-being, including reducing stress, improving mood, and enhancing cognitive function. We hear about environmental psychology, which researches the psychological factors that influence people's attitudes and behaviors towards the environment, including environmental anxiety, ecological identity, and pro-environmental behaviors. Ecotherapy and nature-based interventions uses nature-based intervention to support healing and well-being, while ecopsychology examines the psychological processes involved in those interventions. Climate change and psychological impact. Ecopsychology addresses the psychological impact of climate change, including anxiety, grief, and feelings of powerlessness, and explore coping mechanisms and resilience strategies. Other key themes include how ecopsychology plays a part or informs policy decisions related to environmental protection, urban planning, and community development, advocating for green spaces, sustainable practices, and the inclusion of environmental education. Radical ecopsychology. This branch of ecopsychology examines the societal and political factors that contribute to environmental degradation, the advocacy for systemic change, and social justice. I'm really having a hard time today. And finally, another key theme is psychological biomimicry, which is using principles from the natural world to inform psychological practices and enhance individual and societal well-being. And if you're interested in learning more about ecopsychology, which a lot of people think is some new practice, some newfound thing, and it's not. Ecopsychology has been around for a really long time. And I feel like it's just now kind of getting to the forefront. People are starting to realize what ecopsychology and ecotherapies are and do, and how they play a part or can play a part in our reconnecting to the natural world. But just wanted to throw a few things out to you. So there are journals. The Ecopsychology Journal is a peer-reviewed journal that focuses on the intersection of psychology and ecology. There's the European Journal of Ecopsychology, which explores the synthesis of psychological and ecological ideas, and the Journal of Ecopsychology, which publishes articles on theory, research, philosophy, and the practices of ecopsychology. There are websites like Ecopsychology Initiative, which promotes ecopsychology and its applications. The Lewis and Clark Graduate School offers news and events related to ecopsychology. That's a great website. There are a number of universities that have programs dedicated to the study of ecopsychology. And then also a Google search, you're going to find conferences and workshops that provide opportunities for learning more, networking, and engaging with leading experts in this field. But I think that if you're looking into or you're interested in personal rewilding and you haven't had your interest piqued in the way that it needs to be, doing a little bit of research about eco psychology and really delving into the science behind some of those practices can really help you make a more informed decision about whether or not personal rewilding is something that might be right for you. And Thank you for listening today. And remember, there are 3 opportunities each week to find new content from the Truth Be Told family of podcasts on the Club Paranormal channel on YouTube, Tony Sweet on Fridays with the original Truth Be Told, Bonnie Burkhardt on Wednesdays with Truth Be Told Transformation, and of course, Truth Be Told about going wild every Monday. And each of those days, our podcasts are at the same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And if you have questions, comments, you want to know more, please feel free to visit my website, rhnaturereconnect.com. Again, that's www.rhnaturereconnect.com altogether. And until next time.